It's 10 to 10 in the morning and it's a Wednesday. I'm about to make myself beans on toast, prop myself in front of the TV and watch the latest video that I uploaded in the early hours of this morning. I believe it uploaded around 20 to 6. But bizarrely, it does this now. It's the second time it's done this. The export finished with a failure. However, when I scrub it, it's okay. So I don't know what element, apparently you can find the logs, the log for this export, which I might do later if I remember, because I can't say if it's wrong unless maybe a text is missing somewhere, or transition or effect or something. But when I scrubbed it, it was all there and it sounded okay. Maybe I'll see it when I watch it later. I will have to go out. I always go out anyway. It's routine. Check the weather. It's sunny today, but it's neither warm, hot, or cold. So that's cool. The winds are about in the 20s. It's a moderate wind today. So, unfortunately, I will be leaving the car unless it's to go to, which I was going to say just now, to a superstore to pick up some much needed groceries, well, top ups. I'm down to 1 can of beans on toast. I think it's 1 can of chili con carne as well. I definitely need another loaf of bread. I'm doing okay for cheese, I think. I'm down to about 4 slices. So I could worry about that on Friday. I may have 1.5 grapefruit juices left. So I will have to, I'll do a proper stock take before I leave. So that's it now. Oh, I think I mentioned it yesterday. I saw quite a few, 2 episodes of The Outsider, and it's got really good from episode 3. I'm biased, I would say that, because it stars, I think I'm going to say this, come out and say this, my favourite actress is in it, Cynthia Erivo. I can't believe, when you see somebody so good, you just want to, it's like Forrest Whitaker. I watch him in anything. You see him appear from nowhere. He's got one small, it's a cameo. He's got a cameo in that Paul Newman, Tom Cruise film, Colour. Listening. Colour of Money. Directed by Martin Scorsese, believe it or not. And it's a sequel to The Hustler, which Paul Newman made back in the late 50s. And he's played the same character. But Forrest Whitaker, he's got a cameo in this, and it's opposite Paul Newman. And when I first saw this scene back in the late 80s, I was just blown away. I thought, who is this guy? He's like a modern day Brando in a way, because he came in, just ripped up the scene. I know it's just a game of pool between him and his character and Fast Eddie Nelson, played by Newman. But the way Forrest Whitaker carried himself in that scene was just, oh, you know. And then he was in The Crying Game, and he's been in The Black Panther, all these small supporting roles. And he got the Oscar. I think he was the first one to get, the first African American to get the Best Actor Oscar, and that was for The Last King of Scotland, when he played Idi Amin. I haven't seen that, believe it or not. And she's just like that. You know, I first saw her in this Jeff Bridges film. I'm not going to go over because I've gone over it so many times. And I just thought, oh, who's this? And of course you look her up on Wikipedia and you find out she lives in Stockwell, in London, in Lambeth. Then I have a connection with it, you know, with her. But then she appeared in Widows and she was brilliant in that. And now she's in The Outsider. And episode 3 has suddenly perked up. I don't know whether it's biased or not, but she's playing a private detective. So anything to do with a private detective, you know, you think of Humphrey Bogart as Sam Spade, or Marlowe, Philip Marlowe, also played by Marlowe. You go into these private detectives, it becomes very film noirish, and I'm a big fan of film noir. So it's got, and she's playing a private detective, and of course it's lifted the show now to another level. And she's brilliant in this as well. I don't know how I got into her, but in this conversation. But yeah, I've seen 2 episodes so far, 3 or 4. Actually, I didn't finish 4. I was beginning to time. I thought, let's stop it there because I'm only going to fall asleep and then I'll have to rewind it. And so I did. I went to bed and had a good sleep. In fact, I just get up now and it's 10 to 10. I did get up twice. Once to check on the export to see if it's finished, and then arrange the upload, then fill in all the fields on YouTube, create the thumbnail, and upload that as well. And then the second time was when it had uploaded to YouTube and it processed and it was there part for the public. I got up to switch off the laptop so it could rest. And what I do now is I don't touch the laptop now for at least 6 hours, which means I won't be transferring files now. I don't edit before I've seen the latest upload. So what it means is I'll watch this upload, and then probably it'll be a good time to pop out for an early drive, get all the stuff I need, come back and do a file transfer. At some point actually con carne, watch some more Outsider. Yeah, but that's it, yeah. There's a few other things out there that are good, but can't remember what they are. They're all over the place, you see. Even I've got 2 iPlayers, one on the telly, one on Sky Q, and I'm trying to keep it all on Sky Q now, because that's where my recordings are. I've got recordings to watch as well, like the 80s series of Widows, which I feel like I might not watch now. The moment has come and gone, I think, but I'll see. There might be a time where there's nothing to watch, and that'll be a good time, but I don't know. So now I've only got a plate and a cup to wash up, because the last thing I had was a sandwich yesterday. And then I'll kick off the microwave, toast the bread, and boil the water. Also, the ulcer is gradually going. I can still feel it, but it's not as irritable as it has been. So yeah, it's still there, but it's going. I can't wait for it to go, because I think I might celebrate with a spicy meal like a kebab, but I don't think that'll happen until about the weekend. Right, open the can of worms. I shouldn't say that. Can of baked beans. You know, earlier when I said that it finished with a failure and yet it seemed okay, well, technically, no. Technically is the problem. Yes, I found the problem. Just a minute towards the end, I kept in some off-screen commands, i.e. cut, action, take two, that sort of game. A minute from the end, would you believe? So I am going to, I've set it to private. It looks like I'll be deleting it and re-uploading it. In case you're thinking, has he been for a drive? Because he said he wouldn't be on the computer until after he's been on the drive. Well, now the computer, I'm afraid, has come out of its leisure time to help me fix this problem. So, Shortcut really let me down there, big time. And once again, the quality is not up to scratch. So I think Shortcut is not the solution anymore. So I'm going to uninstall Shortcut, reinstall is the word, reinstall an editor, use that to export it, and then I'll go for the drive. Even before the mistake and looking at the quality of the video earlier, I thought I'm going to go back to HitFilm. I started off in HitFilm. When I started editing at the beginning, it was with HitFilm, and then I stopped around January, February last year. And then when I tried to get back on it, they did a major change and I couldn't use it. But now I found a way to use it. There's three steps basically. And that is to use an old version and then upgrade to the current. Full Windows into thinking it's Windows 7 instead of Windows 10, and I think the third one is to hide the taskbar so it doesn't affect the pointer of the mouse. but whilst I was editing this, making the correction in HitFilm, it was lagging really badly, really badly, so I'm stuck. DaVinci lets me down with the export, and it's taking me 3 or 4 attempts to export using DaVinci. HitFilm is lagging terribly. Shotcut has failed twice, but the file is complete, but it's missed an effect or an edit. See, I don't know whether I overlooked that edit. Did I forget about it? I don't remember seeing that instruction to cut it and re-edit it. There was like 3 takes, and I left it in. I left all 3 of them in. And I don't remember, but then again I forget. I don't remember. As soon as I see it, I do it and move on. I don't memorize. I don't recall. I cannot recall it. So I don't know whether I made a mistake, which is 50% possible, or the software picked up the cut and undone the lift from the timeline, and noticed there was a glitch. I should be looking at the log. Oh, I've uninstalled DaVinci. I've uninstalled Shotcut. Maybe by doing that oddity, it flagged it as a failure. I should look at the log. I mean, the log file could be still on the computer even though the application isn't. So now I'm going to go for a drive now and think about where to go next, which editor to use. That's handy, that is. 1 hour 7 remaining. Means I can fit in an episode of Outsider whilst eating chili con carne on toast. Then I'm going to uninstall HitFilm and reinstall still thinking about it. It's not going to be Lightworks because it only exports 720p, which is high definition, but I'm shooting on UHD, which is between 4K and HD. So I need something that exports at 1080. The one I haven't mentioned yet, but I always return to, looks like the likely candidate. I also stopped off at the superstore to pick up some much needed items. I did mention earlier that I needed bread, and I had to do a stock take. Although I didn't do a stock take, I didn't write it down. I only wrote down bread, but I knew I needed more chili con carne baked beans, down to 1 can each. So now I've got 3 cans each now. The butter is going down. Probably, I think in a week's time I'll be struggling, so I'll be replenishing that this time next week, or maybe in a couple of days. There seems to be a corner block of butter left in the tub, so that means there's only 2 to 3 days. Yeah, and 1 more grapefruit juice just to make that 3 boxes, even though I've got half a box started. Right, so now I'm going to have to wash the dishes from this morning's baked beans on toast, and then watch Outsider. I would have had chili con carne cooked by then, and before that, unpack the shopping. That's the thing about HitFilm Express is, sorry, quickly, no dead air, is that when it finishes, it makes a pong, bing, bing, not a high ping, it's a dull bing. Must be a Windows sound to say job finished, or it reminds me of the sound where you're trying to do something and it goes bing bing bing, but it's very low. Anyway, it's made this bing sound. I'm sitting over there watching The Outsider, episode 5, and as I said, I've used HitFilm continuously. I mean, that's another story. I used it a lot in the early days of my editing. So I know that when it finishes, it makes that sound. It's the only. I think Caden Live makes a ping sound as well when it finishes, but HitFilm Express I know makes a ping sound. Anyway, I heard it, came around here, I paused it, came around here to now do a quick scrub and then upload and delete the one that's already there. I'm going to make some changes to the description, i.e. give credit to Hit Film for 1% edit and 100% export. So I'll do that now. And this is the second time that's happened. Yesterday I paused it on the end credit because I had to maybe look at the laptop, and it was Cynthia Erivo's name on the screen. And now I've just got a profile of her paused on the screen. At the moment it went pong. I don't know, maybe maybe one day in the future I'll be editing a movie and we'll be starring Cynthia. Maybe she's directing it and we're sitting together going through the edit. What can it mean? Anyway, so I'm gonna, as I say, do a quick scrub and upload. I've come to turn off the laptop because it is uploaded. This is the re-upload. The re-upload has uploaded. And so I've come to turn off the laptop really, and then I'm going to watch the video because at the moment it finished, the episode of Outsider finished. The Outsider is very, well, it's a Stephen King story, so it's full of eerie, it's an eerie thriller. And for the upload to finish at the precise moment the episode finished, it's sort of creeping into reality, you know. So I've come to turn off the laptop, as I said, give it a break, and I'm not going to watch the next episode because I'm going to, just looking at the time is 20 to 5, because I'm going to watch the episode again just for the sake of it, see if the quality, I don't know, should be worse than it was before, because the weight of the file is a third. Hit Film's export is a third of Shotcut's in half the time. So, having turned off the laptop, I'm now going to watch the re-uploaded video.
watched the re-upload. Actually, I took a nap as well at the same time, so I was listening to it. I watched it up until the last minute last time when I found the issue, and so when it came to the last minute, I opened my eyes and watched the rest of it. I was surprised by the quality of it. It was the same, if not better, which was bizarre, and it's a third of the size. After that, it just went on to it auto-played the next video. It nearly auto-played the bad video. I haven't deleted it yet. I'm going to keep it just for a few more hours and then I will delete it. Then after that, it went on to watching various videos, or did I just purposefully watched videos in my history, mainly music videos, Mochiba, The Sea, and another Mochiba with Robert Forster acting in the video. And then of course you see suggestive videos, past, present and future. I found the past one by someone called Christoph Magnusson. He's I think he's part of a video editing group company or whatever, and he had this video out a few months, well, it goes back to September, where he said the title was we're leaving Premiere Pro, or something, I don't know what it was. Premiere Pro, we've got a problem, and we may switch to, I don't know what the headline was, but you get the gist of it. They normally use Premiere Pro and it's become a problem for them, so they've turned to DaVinci Resolve. So he was explaining how he spends the time, how they spend their time in their studio just waiting around, sitting around because of Premiere Pro. And then they discovered DaVinci Resolve, and he left an open ending. You know, really, are they going to use DaVinci in future? What's going to happen next? And for 4 months, people have been requesting a follow-up, and even he said, Christoph, that this was the most requested thing on his channel. And of course, I'm just watching the follow-up video, which says we left Premiere Pro for DaVinci Resolve, and this is how we work after 4 months. So we've got the two guys who actually do the editing now, not Christoph, going through the problems they've had. Basically, it's waiting for a picture to load. I don't know if it's live broadcast or whatever. Just waiting for a picture to load. Can be up to 20 minutes apparently. So I'm watching that. I'm actually 7 minutes into it. Then I thought I'm gonna freshen up and start editing, because the time now is, why have I asked that question? I've got YouTube on, so I can't use the time. I can just nip round the corner quickly. It's just gone 6 PM and I haven't started editing yesterday's video. I haven't even transferred the files. So I'm going to delete files, delete to do with the uploaded video and transfer all the footage for yesterday across, and in that time I watched the rest of this video. It's a 34-minute video and there's 28, half an hour left to watch, so in that time the file should have transferred. So that's where we're at next. And that is why I'm going to have to uninstall HitFilm. Well, it's a long story. It's going okay, and then I noticed that some of the files, they're all the same file type, MP4 video files with video and audio, but some have loaded with errors, and I think all it shows it's a long story because I used an old version just now and I thought upgrading it to the current one would fix it, and it hasn't, and the forums haven't been too vocal on it, so I have no option. I was enjoying the edit. I was really finding my old habits, and after re-exporting the shortcut file with HitFilm, and the quality was so good and the sound, I thought, yeah, I'll stick with it. But there's some issues with the MP4 files now, and I've never seen that before. So maybe if I hesitated because if I double click on the file in the Windows folder, it will open up in the Windows media player, and there were no issues. So I'm thinking, if the same problem happens in DaVinci, then I know HitFilm's not to blame, and I will have to run something called a handbrake application, which basically recompresses it into a different file type. If it's a different compression, then it might help, I don't know. But I'm going to try, if it loads okay in DaVinci, then I'll stick with DaVinci. It's all fun and games. So with this file in particular, there's about, how many files altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 53? No. 7 out of 50. 1, 2, 3. 7 out of 49. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's choose one. I know this one, 100943. It's the second file on the list. If that comes, excuse me, if that comes through okay in DaVinci, then I know, excuse me, it's not a file issue, it's a HitFilm software issue. I'll let you know how I get on in about 20 minutes time or more. Something interesting, it probably won't fix the issue, but you know, I said earlier I used an old version and then I used a current version. Well, the file, the project was done on the old version, and as I saved it, it asked me, do I want to, as it was in an old version, do I want to save it and upgrade it? So I said yes. Now, maybe when I reload it, it might make a difference. So it's going to take a little while to load. So I'll let you know how I get on in a few minutes. Just restarted HitFilm, having upgraded the project to the latest version, and it's still there. Right, I'm going to have to uninstall this now. There you go. I've got DaVinci installed, and one of the bad files isn't bad at all. There you go, I can view it. Oh. Yes, okay. I think I may have paused. Yep. I think I may have paused that clip so it looked like it jumped from something to nothing. So yeah, DaVinci is working. I think there's a lesson there, isn't there? Right, what time is it? 9:30. So I'm going to make a start on yesterday's video, finally. I had an idea while I was refilling my pint that maybe I should edit yesterday's and today's back to back and then export it afterwards. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? No, I don't know. I have to think about the time frame, events in the timeline. Not on this timeline, but in the real timeline. So I need to have a break from the computer. And while it's exporting, that is my break. So maybe no. I'll see. It seemed like a good idea. Sometimes when you get an idea like that, it could be a good idea. So if I remember to, I'll bear it in mind. Right, to the edit and beyond. I'm taking a break. I've just started Act 2 of the edit, and I've got to a point where I need to add some audio, music, because I've had some crisps. Irritated the ulcer on my tongue. So I thought I'm not really I'm not up to adding some audio, so I've stopped, and until that I'm getting all drowsy. But I think it's 10 to 11. Yeah, 10 to. The broadband's playing up. Yeah, so it's 10 to 11, and I just didn't have the energy or the inclination to add an audio clip, and I was wary that I haven't had a break for I don't know when actually. What with the fun and games with the DaVinci Resolve. So DaVinci Resolve is actually a lifesaver. It always has been. Back in the day when I used to use Hit Film. Yeah, Hit Film. Fun and games with Hit Film. So now DaVinci is here. Editing along much quickly than before, and yeah, it's going great. As I said, I've got to a convenient stopping point. I need to take a break, so that's exactly what I've done. I'm going to make a couple of sandwiches with more crisp sucker and a cup of coffee, and watch the next episode of The Outsider. Broadband's gone red.